Good morning, everyone. This is Peace of Africa back with another video. So in this video, I'm going to be teaching you how to trade order block. As this one is part 2 of the order block secret. As I promised that I will be dropping this part 2 secret of an order block. So this is for our time frame, by the way, and this one is as an order block. But I want to check this one with you using the rules that I've given you on the part 1. Right? So this one is the sell to buy order block and also the buy to sell order block, but I'm interested in this sell to buy order block. So let's try to check if it is valid or not. Remember the first rule says the wick of the bearish order block, the bearish candlestick, must be longer than the wick of the bullish candlestick. Let me repeat that. The wick of the bearish candlestick must be longer than the wick of the bullish candlestick, which you see happened here. The wick of this candlestick here is longer, then the wick of the bullish candlestick is shorter than this one here. So this is the first rule is now being met. Let me repeat that. The rule, the wick of the bearish candlestick in the case of the bullish order block, the wick of the bearish candlestick must be longer than the wick of the bullish candlestick. So the first rule is now met, right? The second rule says we must apply the volume. In the volume, we must see the same thing that we see in the price. You can check here. This is the candle this is the volume that represent the bearish candlestick here. The red represent the bearish, the green represent the bullish. So this is the black in terms of the price. The black represent the bearish candlestick. The volume red represent what? Bearish candlestick. Here the green in the volume represent what? The bullish candlestick. In the price, white represent what? Bullish candlestick. So now, in terms of the wick, when you see the wicks, the wick of the bearish candlestick is longer than the wick of the bullish candlestick, which makes this one a valid and strong order block. Number 2, we need to check, we need to verify it in the volume. So the volume has to show us the same thing as the price, as I've mentioned in one of those rules that I've given out on the part 1 secret there. So you can see that the bearish candlestick in terms of the volume is shorter than the one for that is bullish. So the bullish is longer than the bearish. The bearish, in terms of the volume. So the bearish is shorter than the bullish in terms of the volume. In terms of the price, also the bearish is shorter than the bullish in terms of the candlestick. When you compare the candlestick, the bearish is shorter than the bullish, and then in the volume, the bearish is shorter than the bullish. So rule number 2 is now being met. Now we're still testing if this order block is valid or not. If we're testing the validity of this order block before we decide to trade this order block. So number 2, we need to check if the RSI showed us a divergence, but in this case, I'm using the money flow index. You can also use the money flow index, but I recommend RSI for most of you guys. But anything is okay. It's okay. You can use it for divergence in this case. But we're done testing the order block. Number 2, this order block broke the structure. This order block did what? Broke the structure. Let me try to show you that. This order block, this one, the sell to buy, broke the structure. So from this point here, we got our break of market structure. From this point here, we got what? We got our break, the first break of market structure. Number 2, what we need to take note of. Remember, the wick of the bearish candlestick must be longer than the wick of the bullish candlestick, which we see it happened here. The first rule met, then the volume is showing us the same thing as the price showed us. So you see now rule number 2 is now being met. If you watched part 1 video there, then you know what I'm talking about. Number 3, the price, this order block here led the market to break the structure. It caused the market to do what? To break the structure, because the structure was still bearish. Then the market makers introduced this order block here. Then this order block caused the market to break what? To break the structure, to break this recent high. And then the market now is going bullish, right? So this order block is valid. So now we have 3 rules. In terms of the wicks, we have tested the order block in terms of the wicks. And then we've also tested it in terms of what? In terms of the volume. Then this order block caused the market to break the structure. Rule number 3 is now being met. Number 4, we need to check our RSI. We need to check our RSI. That's number 4. This video is not going to take long. It's not going to be long, right? So we need to take note of the RSI. Listen to this. Listen to this. Let's say now you didn't get the what? The divergence in terms of this of the price here, right? Because if you check here, there's no divergence. Let's say from this point up to this point, there was no divergence, right? From that point up to this point, there was still no divergence. Let me show you the secret of this thing. But at least if you have 3 rules being met, the volume is showing, is confirming that this one is a valid order block. The wicks of an order block have already confirmed that this order block is valid. As you see that the bearish candlestick has a longer wick, as the wick of the bearish candlestick is longer than the wick of the bullish candlestick. That was the second rule being met, right? Number 3, that volume caused the market to break the structure. 3 rules have been met, right? You need at least 2, or if not 3. The minimum of 2 rules being met for you to trust an order block, for the order block to be valid. At least it has to meet the requirements of 2 rules. 2 rules have to be met, right? So now, just so that here you didn't get the divergence in terms of when you compare the RSI with the price there. So let's then wait and see what is going to happen, because you still need to consider some of the things. Let me show you the power of this thing. From the week, now I'm highlighting the order block to the bottom of the bodies. And then now you're going to wait for the price to come back around this zone here, right? You see what happened? You see what happened? The price came back inside this area here, right? So the price came back inside the order block zone. What we need to do now is this. We need to go down to smaller time frames. As the price still playing inside the order block zone, we need to go down to smaller time frame, 5-minute time frame. I like 5-minute time frame. I recommend you to always go down to 5-minute time frame when the price is entering your order block zone. Go down to 5-minute time frame and look and wait for the break of market structure and wait for order blocks there on the 5-minute time frame. It is simple as that. You have already confirmed that this order block according to the 4-hour time frame is valid. It has met all the 3 rules, right? And then you want to go down, need to go down to smaller time frames, 5-minute time frame to be specific. You wait for the break of market structure there. That will show you that would serve as a proof that the price wants to go bullish. That the price is respecting what? Your order block. So we need those rules to be met. Now that the price is still inside the order blocks and order block zone, you need to go down to 5-minute time frame. While the price is still inside the order block zone, go down to 5-minute time frame, you wait for or you look for break of market structure on the smaller time frames. I recommend 5-minute time frame. I like 5-minute time frame. If not 15, you have to check 1 minute, 5-minute, and 15-minute time frame, right? We check for those break of market structures. And then let's then go down to smaller time frame, like 5-minute time frame, and see what is going to happen. We need to get the divergence there on the 5-minute time frame. You need to get the divergence on the 5-minute time frame. This video will not take long, will not be long. I want to show you the magic of this thing. Right? What do you see here? What happened here? The price came inside an order block zone here. We should see it here. It did what? It left an order block. I usually start by doing this, because the price is still inside an order block zone. So I draw this line like this. I just want to see the divergence occurring, right? You see what happened here? The price is going down, it's showing us lower lows, but the RSI is showing us what? the divergence, showing us the higher high, the higher lows. Is pointing up, the RSI is pointing up, the price is pointing down, right? Which tells you that which confirms that the price wants to go bullish. And then this thing is powerful. Divergence is powerful when you approach it in this way. Here we have what? Let me try to read this, the higher time frame zone, this one here. We don't need it anymore. Right now, let me try to highlight this 5-minute order block. Up to the week, this time. All right, so now you have this thing now. You have this thing. We have an order block here, which is occurring inside a higher time frame order block zone. Number two, this order, let's test this order block if it's valid or not. I'm going to show you these things. You see, this is the sell to buy. This is an order block. Number two, you have what? You have, I did talk about these things on the part 3. You'll find these things on part 3, where you have the order block here and order block here. And this one is now getting broken. You'll see how to approach this if you have 2 order blocks, this one and this one here. But my focus is on I'm just showing you how to apply the part 1 rules, right? So you already have the divergence. That's number 1. Let's check the order block is valid or not. I said to the wick of the bearish candlestick has to be longer than the wick of the bullish. You see, the bearish candlestick has the longer wick. The bullish candlestick has the shorter wick, right? So the bearish candlestick, the wick of the bearish candlestick is longer than the wick of the bullish candlestick. That is very powerful. 2 rules are now being met. Let's then check the volume. We have the divergence. The wick of the bearish candlestick is longer than the wick of the bullish. We had what? The break of market structure above here. The break of market structure above here, right? Is that not powerful? The break of market structure, number 1, the wick of the bearish is lower than the wick of the bullish. Number 2, the divergence has already occurred. Number 3, rule number 3 is now are all met. Now let's go there. Let's apply the volume. The volume is not confirming that this one is an order block, because we need to see the bearish candlestick being shorter than the bullish here. We need to see the red being shorter than the green here. But I said to you, you need at least 2 rules being met. 2, if not 3. It doesn't matter even if the 4th one is not met. As here, the wick of the bearish candlestick is longer than the wick of the bullish. Rule number 1 is being met. The break of market structure, we got the break of market structure after an order block. Rule number 2 is being met. The divergence has already occurred right after an order block. Rule number 3 being met. Only this one for volume that is not being met. That is not met at all, right? So now you have at least 3 rules. All the 3 rules have been met, right? The price, the order block rule met all. This has met all the 3 rules, right? So let's then take out the volume and focus on what happened in the price. So you see what happened. The price came back here because you already have the divergence. Then you're going to do this. You're going to enter your trade right at the open price of the bearish candlestick here, and then the stop loss below the wick of the bearish, which is longer than the one for bullish, right? So then you target higher. You target higher. You see this thing. You target higher, and then because the price is still coming to the downside, it's still coming where? To the downside. The price is now approaching the order block zone. The price is approaching the order block zone. Let me tell you this thing. I'm done with this part 2 now. I'm done with part 2. I've explained everything in part 2. Rule number 1, we have to see the divergence. Number 2, the break of market structure after an order block. Number 3, you have to the wick of the bearish candlestick has to be longer than the wick of the bullish. Then number 4, you need to see the same thing, the same thing in the volume as the one that you see in the price. You have 4 rules that need to be met, right? Most of the time, these four rules are very, very powerful. These 4 rules: divergence, volume, the weeks of the order block, the break of market structure. These 4 rules are very, very, very powerful. If you apply them correctly, you'll go far. I promise you. So now, the price came back, tapped inside here of this order block, then it rallied to the upside, right? It went to the upside. For you to be safe here, you must always move your stop loss. You must always move your stop loss, because if you can check, let's go down to hourly time frame. Let's go down to hourly time frame. Let's go down to hourly time frame. You see what happened here? Up here, you have what? We have an order block. This is an order block, the buy to sell order block. You know that the price might just might be rejected from this low, because you see the bullish candlestick has the longer wick than the one for bearish candlestick. This is the vice versa of what I said on the bullish order block. On the bearish order block, the bullish candlestick has to have a longer wick than the one for bearish candlestick. So this order block here is valid, meaning it can hold the price. Meaning your TP must be here. Must be here at least inside this order block, right? So we have a buy from here up to here because of this order block, which you see here, right? And then you also have this one here. Let me show you this one, but I'm done with this video. Like, I'm done with it. I'm going to come back with another one. I'm done with this one. I'm going to come back with another video. So you can see that from this point, remember this one is US date. From this point, you took a buy here. You took a buy here. And then the price went all the way to the upside. The price went all the way to the upside. All the way to the upside. Right, so from this point here up to this point, at least you are targeting, according to smaller time frames, the liquidity here, the buy stops above this zone here, above this high, right? You're targeting the buy stops above this high. So you see all the way from this order, from this 4 hour order block up until there, right? So that's all. That's all for this video. So thank you so much. This is your part 2. So watch it and enjoy. And never forget to subscribe, like, share the videos with everyone. So thank you so much. Enjoy the rest of your day. Your part 4, your part 3 video is coming very soon. So thank you so much. Enjoy the rest of the day. Pips of Africa is signing out. Thank you so much. Enjoy the video. Like the video. If those who are disliking the video, my videos, you can leave a comment below. Tell me what went wrong when I was still doing the video, and then I'll try to improve next time, because the videos that I'm doing now, I'm doing them for you. So if you see that there's something that I'm lacking here, that is lacking here, you must drop a comment below. Tell me what to do on the next video, recommendation. But so far, this is all I had for you today. Thank you so much. Enjoy. God bless you. Thank you so much. I love you all traders. Keep on supporting the my YouTube channel up until it reaches 5,000 subscribers. Right now, I'm above 1,000 subscribers. So thank you so much to those who are subscribing to my channel. Thank you so much. God bless you.